everybody, and welcome to a salivating wild ride with Steve-O. We've got Haley Welch. For those of you who don't know, a while back there was this crazy meme that came out where somebody asked this young lady on the sidewalk how she might please a man, what her secrets are in the bedroom. And she says, you gotta spit on that thing. She says, Hawk Tuah. You gotta spit on that thing. Of course, everybody knows that. What I wanted to know is how she's actually harnessing the opportunity that came her way with what was the most viral meme in the history of mankind. And it turns out she's been very effective. She's got high-level representation, like a serious game plan. She's actually becoming very successful. So this is super fascinating because she's quite a bit down the track. Let's check in on the business of the Hawk Tuah girl. Yeah, dude, let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, people of the universe, I bring to you the breakout star of 2024, Haley Welch, also known as the Hawk Tuah girl.
Hi.
Now, a lot of people would have jumped to the conclusion that given we are more than a month removed from the actual meme, that you would have run out of gas, that you would have come and gone, and we're learning very quickly that is not the case. That you've harnessed the opportunity that you've been bestowed with, and now we're checking in on your progress.
Heck yeah. I'm still moving, don't worry.
I love it, and I believe it. Your podcast is shockingly successful thus far.
Yeah, when I first saw the lineup on Apple Music, I almost shit myself. I was like, oh, okay, that's a little strange. I wasn't expecting that.
The lineup meaning your ranking on the... Yeah. And do you have a specific category that your podcast is put in? I know that they do comedy podcasts.
It's kind of comedy, I'd say.
Right, but I wonder what, do you know which category that they had you ranked in?
Johnny, it was comedy, wasn't it? It's comedy. Yeah, his comedy.
Comedy. See, which we just called off camera to your official manager, who is a very legitimate manager in every sense of the word.
Yeah, he's pretty legit, I'd say.
Yeah, it's it was pretty incredible the conversation that I had with your manager before we started recording. He told me about the business moves that you're making with sampling, because lo and behold, there are 500 songs out there that have sampled your audio.
Yeah, they play it in the club.
They play it in the club. And, and when they're using this recording of your audio, they need to be paying you.
Yeah, it's a little weird, I think.
Well, I mean, the thing, as I understand it, is that when they take this audio, that the actual words of your saying, Hawk Tuah, you got to spit on that thing. Mm-hmm. That is what's called in music publishing. You've written those lyrics. Those lyrics are registered under what's called ASCAP, which is the music's way of regulating how rights are attributed, how money is divided. Mm-hmm. So you are now set up in a position to go after anybody who uses that audio and make them pay you your publishing revenue.
I think it's very unusual to consider it lyrics.
Well, it's time to start considering it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. It's just weird to think about.
Is that the same thing as when some YouTuber plays a Jackass clip on their YouTube channel and then they have that algorithm that searches the entire YouTube,
That is a
and
good
then
question.
Paramount gets paid for that.
It is. And let me introduce you formally to Scott Randolph, my co-host.
Hi,
how you doing?
Here.
I'm good. How are you?
We've got Skinny Vinny over there sitting on the bed, all
you doing,
comfy.
Hi, Skinny Vinny.
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
And off camera, Isaac is the one bringing up stuff on the computer screen.
Oh, we got it up there.
Yep. This is your podcast we're looking at. Already you have 184,000 subscribers. And that's absolutely unbelievable.
Well, thank you.
Whose idea was it for the podcast?
I think it was kind of like a mutual thing we talked about. Now, I went on a few podcasts like before I come out with mine. I was like, okay, well, that's pretty easy. You just talk to people. But I had to switch it up a little bit where I was talking and asking the questions. I'm still kind of getting used to that a little bit.
Sure. I mean, let's get into that. You automatically out of the gate showed up with both Jake and Logan Paul.
Yeah, they're characters.
That was surprising. It's like, wow, how did that intro happen?
So we met with. He owns Betr, don't he?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Jake.
BETR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a betting platform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's who my podcast team's through. So it was kind of like, you gotta meet Big Boss.
Oh, so better's not necessarily a gambling thing.
It
It's
might be a whole media company.
whole media company. Okay.
They got everything going on.
Well,
I don't think
it's
there's
up on-
anything they can't do.
Yeah, it's up right there on the TV.
Ah, okay. Founded in 2022, Betr is a leading
Joe
sports
Libby.
gaming and sports media company. Okay. So they're primarily gambling and sports, but you're doing your podcast through them.
Yeah.
Because
They're great.
They're a media company. All right. And did you not have Jake Paul on your podcast too?
Johnny, how do I say?
Tell the truth.
Okay.
He didn't do it. He didn't want to do it.
So the first episode I done was with him, and it didn't go very well.
Oh, wow.
So we're in the means of remaking this episode, which it was my first time doing it.
Okay.
So
Who was it that determined it didn't go well?
I think everyone knew after we turned the cameras off. They're like, "What the fuck was that?" Because I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Wow. Okay. So I think that in that kind of a situation, always better if you're not feeling it, like don't put it out. There have been a bunch
Yeah.
of episodes of this podcast that we were
haven't
like,
made
yo,
it.
that was not it,
Yeah.
and we didn't put them out.
Yeah, we done Josh Richards. We done him twice too. The first episode, I don't know what it is talking to men. You're fine. You don't
Okay.
intimidate me or anything. We're
Right.
we're vibing here. We got it going on.
Good.
But now Josh Richards, the first episode we done, that was awkward, and it was me. He had nothing to do with it. I was over here like this.
Is it because he's a real piece of ass?
No, it's not even that. He's just. That's a good way to put it, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not comfortable really talking to like men or anything.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like he's a young, attractive, hot piece of ass. I'm more of a Bill Maher.
Bill Maher.
Now, when
You
you,
know-
have like big celebrities come on, do you and your team like do meetings to do extensive research and come up with questions, or is it just on the go, on the fly?
Normally we'll do like a run of show and we'll go over like points I could talk about and stuff like that. Most of the time I just wing it.
Good. Good. Bill Maher.
He's a character, isn't he?
He is a character. He had you on his podcast.
He did.
And I think that the whole episode that Bill Maher recorded with you was largely universally panned as just super creepy. Like, did he make you feel uncomfortable?
I feel like it was like a grandpa I never had, I wasn't uncomfortable or anything. I thought he was a nice guy.
But wasn't he like a grandpa, like trying to encourage you to make a sex podcast or something, and it just came off real creepy?
It kind of reminds me of Bad Grandpa. So, I mean, that's how my brain was working. I was like, he's not being a pervert. He's just trying to, like, communicate, you know?
I have a predisposition to hate on Bill Maher, candidly. I'm biased.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm very biased, and I think you handled that very, very well.
Even though I got a history lecture. No.
A history?
A history lecture.
You got a history lecture?
Yeah, he was talking to me about history. Now, that's just... I feel like it's something everybody needs to know, but when people are talking to me about that, I'm like,
Wow.
it just
so
puts me to sleep.
he bored you.
I mean, a little bit, but some of the stuff he told me, I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
Right,
So, I mean,
okay.
I guess I needed to learn it.
Well, that's good. You've been on all kinds of huge podcasts.
Yeah.
What do we got? We got Bill Maher. Were you on Logan Paul's Impulsive?
That'll be coming soon.
Coming soon.
That'll be coming soon.
Wow,
Nelk Boys.
okay.
I like Logan. He's
Were
a
you-
nice fella.
Sure. Were you on the Nelk Boys?
Yeah, done that.
Dude, that's
Was it
huge.
the Nelk Boys or was it just Steiny's podcast, Johnny?
I thought I saw Bradley Martin in there too.
Yeah.
So.
Not all of them were there that day.
It was just Steiny and then Big Beefcake and then
Big Beefcake.
Sarah.
Bradley Martin, okay.
What was the poker tournament you did?
That was fun.
Yeah, what was that for? Was that for?
Celebrity poker. I couldn't tell you any more of what's behind that, but I had a ball going.
What
If
was it
you
all?
ever get invited to that, please go to it. It's fun.
I'm not a gambler, and I don't even know how to play poker.
Me neither.
I may not know how to play poker, but gosh dang darn it, I know that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are fighting this weekend. Plus, it's UFC 309 with John Jones, the GOAT, versus Stipe Miocic, the heavyweight GOAT. I mean, come on. It could not be a better time to be a newcomer to DraftKings Sportsbook. If you want to try out some sports gaming, this is the weekend to do it. And if you're new, all you got to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use the promo code STEVO, and you bet $5, then automatically you get $200 in bonus bets. So, I mean, there's literally nothing to lose here. And wow, this Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight stands to be the most viewed combat sports event in the history of mankind because it's not even pay-per-view. Anybody with Netflix can watch it, and everybody wants to watch it. Plus, with John Jones and Stipe, I mean, okay, let's get into some picks here, all right? Everybody in the world is rooting for Mike Tyson to knock out Jake Paul. I think we all know that, but according to the odds, I think Jake Paul is in a much better position. Not that I'm a bandwagon odds chaser, but I do like Jake Paul in this, and you can hate me all you want. Now, moving over to the UFC, John Jones against Stipe, I just don't see John Jones putting himself in a position to lose. I just don't. And John Jones is my buddy. So we're going John Jones. Co-main, we're going Michael Chandler. He's the underdog right there. But gosh, he's got to win. He's got to win, Michael Chandler. Then moving down the card, we got Bo Nickel. Wow. It's his first bona fide grappler in Bear Jew Paul Gregg. And what can we say? Bo Nickel is such a massive favorite. I think that we're looking at a future champion. Let's go Bo Nickel. And I'm just doing one more pick. Korean Silva against Vivian Araujo. Let's go Korean Silva. Those are my picks. Again, if you want to download DraftKings Sportsbook, if you're new to it, then $5 turns into $200 in bonus bets. That's if you download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the promo code STEVO. So let's get ready for an exciting weekend of fights. Wow.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Or in West Virginia, visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over, age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.co/MMA for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources.
And let's get back to it.
Me either.
And I'm just...
Yeah, did all the money go to charity, or is it like you take home what you win?
I think you take home what you win, don't you, Johnny?
Let me say that I will gamble on sports. I'm not a cards guy.
Have you ever played?
I've never played poker.
It's harder than it looks.
I don't even know how to play poker.
Oh, it's fun.
I'm a fan of sports betting. Not a fan of casinos.
That was my first time going to one. I thought it was pretty cool. Now, I like me
Okay.
a scratch-off ticket here and there. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but otherwise, gambling, I don't think I'm into it very much. But
Right.
that's fun. You need to go do that.
Right. Okay. You are very into animals,
I am.
as am I. We've got that in common. You're getting attacked by my new dog, Moon Pie.
Just give me sugar.
Yeah, she is just a little angel.
Now, where'd you pick her up at?
I picked her up at the Simpson County Animal Shelter in Franklin, Kentucky, where they've just got wonderful people, wonderful animals, and we were able to do a meet and greet there where I got 14 animals adopted from the people who came to meet me.
That's badass.
Yeah, they showed up. I said, hey, everybody, I'm going to pay your adoption fees to
Just
help.
take one home. That's all
Yeah,
you gotta do.
right.
That's such a good thing.
And we were talking about that before. You said, yeah, you should do that too. I think it's great.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. So now you've just started your own nonprofit organization.
Yes, Paws Across America.
Paws Across America.
Mm-hmm.
And is this already officially registered as a 501c3?
It's a fund with the state of Tennessee.
It's a fund with the state of Tennessee.
So anyone who does make a donation gets a tax-free 501c3.
All right.
Yep.
I wonder what's the difference between a fund with the state of Tennessee and an official 501c3.
It's probably what you
nonprofit.
get. It's like a pre-check off before you get like registered with the state.
All right, so Haley Welch is considerably ahead of the Radical Ranch in respect to nonprofit
Oh, yeah.
work.
Do you do anything with cats?
I have 3 cats, 3
Aw.
dogs, 4 goats, and 2 pigs.
You have 2 pigs.
Yeah,
What are their names?
Lulu and Fonzarelli.
I love that.
Yeah.
What kind of pigs? Are they potbellies?
Ooh, that might be above my pay grade. They're, I think, as normal of pigs as they come. Now help me understand what Paws Across America. Like, what's the initiative there? Like,
I just want to help animals. That's my catch.
okay.
Like, I went my whole life without money. So, I mean, what do I need it for now? I want to give it to animals and help them out. Because, I mean, they can't ask for help.
Sure. And in what specific ways are you seeking to help animals with the money you raise?
Most of the time, we'll, like, look for, like, a place nearby where we're going to be at for, like, content or something like that. Or say we're having to go to Texas. I don't know for, just whatever. And there's an animal shelter nearby that's really needing some help. We'll give them, like, a shout-out. We'll donate to them. It's a really good thing we got going. I want to do more work with cats, though. We haven't got to do anything with cats yet.
So you're collecting donations to repurpose as donations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have any aspirations of developing like a specific location, like a property, or to start your own like brick and mortar shelter?
I think that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to that.
I mean, one thing that I feel super strongly about is, of course, adopting animals from shelters. And there's a massive crisis going on with shelters because people are more strapped for money than they've been in some time. Mm-hmm. It's leading them to, not adopt. Fewer animals than ever are being adopted from shelters. And on top of that, more people than ever are surrendering their animals to the shelters. So the more animals are showing up, the shelters are at capacity, less people are donating, they've got no space, they've got no money, and it's a massive crisis.
It
So
is.
that's why I like to promote adoption from shelters and get over to shelters and do meet and greets and try and just get that happening.
I agree 100%.
Yeah. Okay. So with Paws Across America, it sounds like we're a little bit vague in the mission statement, and that's fine. That's fine. Now, when you just said maybe we'll happen to be going to Texas, like for what purpose might you have to go to Texas?
Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
Ooh, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
You're going to the fight?
Yeah. Am I wrong? I'm sitting on Mike Tyson's side.
No.
Well, if Jake Paul owns the company with which your podcast is, that could be a conflict of interest, but I don't think Jake Paul would take that personally in the
Well, I
slightest.
told him.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I respect that. And I was like, yeah, thank you. I mean, you get it.
I was recently on Jake Paul's podcast.
What'd you think about him?
I think he's great. I'd met him before.
Cool dude.
I met him the first time when he reached out to ask me if I would be in a music video.
What kind of music video was it?
Like he was putting out rap songs. I think it's still.
So this
is.
was a while ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was a while ago.
Way a while
Like
ago.
Team 10 days.
Yeah.
Before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Like a long time ago. And I showed up. I was a character. I think it happened at a car dealership, and I was like the car dealership manager, and they were just like busting up cars. And the music video never came out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we talked about it on my episode with him, but I forget why. I think it was like a rights issue or something. I can't remember the explanation. But yeah, I met him then. I gave him some of my Steve-O's hot sauce for your butthole.
What?
And he ended up, yeah.
What? That's a thing?
It's the original brand of my hot sauce.
It's available
It's not
on
just
Amazon.
a thing. We have Butthole Destroyer, too.
Yeah, see, hot sauce for your butthole.
You
got-
put it in your butthole?
I mean, I did.
I mean, you
but,
can.
Like, that's where it's gonna come out.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's just a fun, silly thing. We did it as a joke, and it ended up being a fairly wildly successful business for me.
Is that your face right there on the bottle?
It sure is.
You're real
And,
chiseled in it.
Well, thank you. So I record the music video with Jake Paul, and then he texts me a video of him pouring my hot sauce on his food. I was like, wow, how thoughtful, how cool.
Sick.
And then we got together again recently in Las Vegas, and so yeah, I'm a fan of his. I think what he's done is unbelievable.
I think he's a good dude at heart. But
Sure.
he just don't put it out there on the internet.
So you have Tyson winning the fight.
I'm going Tyson.
I mean, I think the whole world is hoping that Tyson wins.
Yeah, I genuinely believe. Hey, can you look up the betting odds for Jake Paul and Mike
that'd be a good
Tyson?
look at.
I'd like to think that it's fairly even, just for the sake of the of the event.
I want to get like a henna tattoo with this tattoo on the side of my face.
That's not a bad idea. Ooh, Paul to win minus 275, meaning that Jake Paul is like
He's a
kind of
favorite.
a 2.5 to 1 favorite.
Yeah.
So you have to bet $275 on Paul to win 100. And if you put $100 on Tyson to win, you get back 190.
That's
Yep.
how that works.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
what that means. All right. So you are. I think the whole world is rooting for the underdog on this one. Mike Tyson is the underdog.
I'm saying Mike Tyson.
Now, if you're going to make the effort to go all the way to Texas to attend this event, which is absolutely a justifiable reason, are you going to take that opportunity to knock out this, that, and the other? Like while you're there, are you making
I'm sure.
making a whole trip out of it?
Normally, if we go and travel somewhere, we make a whole trip out of it. Like, we
sure.
don't have one day, we just don't have anything to do. And then I get to go back home for like 2 weeks, and I'll be bored. But
Right. That makes perfect sense. Will you be renting out studios in advance to record episodes of your podcast with some of the huge celebrities that are going to be there? As far as business sense goes, it would make sense for Haley to book a bunch of podcast guests while she's there in Dallas. And as far as business sense for you, it would make a lot of sense to get on board with Shopify, because it's the easiest way to make the gold standard of websites. It's the gold standard of websites because every possible component of e-commerce is ultimately compatible with it. No matter what level your business is at, Shopify will take you to the next level. And to try it, all you need is $1 per month. That is if you go to shopify.com/Stevo and put that all in lowercase. Yeah. $1 per month trial period so that you can find out how easy it is to build a website that is absolutely professional to the max. And if you already have a website, then you can see how easily you can grow your business, get to the next stage. It's all about Shopify. You'll be in the same exact ecosystem as all of my business. And it's just done so well for me. I love to be bringing you this offer for $1 per month trial periods. That's if you go to shopify.com/Stevo and put it all in lowercase. So get that business sense going, and let's get back to it.
I think we are doing podcasts.
Mark.
He's got his own room, though, right? Yeah, Mark's got his own room, but we're
Mark
going to do Mark
Cuban.
Cuban.
That's great.
Yeah.
We had him on, and God, I love that dude.
I need you to tell me some stuff about him.
I will absolutely give you the download on Mark Cuban.
I've got a good pitch for him. I can't tell you yet. You're going to have to wait and see that.
Okay. I remember talking to him about my hot sauce business.
Oh, what'd he say?
He was pretty pro the word butthole, right?
Yeah, I don't think
Because
it'd be nice if he gave us $5 million out of his $2 billion to get a startup going, but
I don't think we had a pitch for him. So
no, we should have though, like a Shark Tank.
We never even gave him the opportunity to do that. Now we've got for your business setup. Not only are you gonna be setting yourself up to get money from everybody who's just helping themselves to your publishing. You're actually putting together a whole pack of samples for people, actually kind of preparing samples and making them available for people to use in songs, and that way they pay you in advance, and so that you don't have to go after them.
That makes sense.
Did I get that right?
That makes sense.
Yeah, good. And so you got the podcast, and it's crushing. We just looked at your numbers on YouTube.
Oh,
and
thank you.
You're doing very well, and you've only put out 7 episodes so far, right?
I think it said 9.
9. How about that? You had Whitney Cummings.
We love her. You had her?
We had her. Yeah, we did. Now I actually met you for the first time at a Whitney Cummings comedy show where I opened for her. So did Grace.
Love Grace.
Grace from Plan
Grace
B.
O'Malley?
Yeah, Grace
Yeah.
O'Malley, yeah.
Yeah. And then Grace O'Malley introduced me. Grace O'Malley, very new to stand-up comedy. She was crushing it. Like everywhere she told a joke, she got the laugh. Like
Oh, yeah, she did.
And she came up, and I was afterwards, I was like, "Man, you did great." And she's like, "I'm really new to this."
She's a sweetheart.
Sick.
Her first efforts are landing very well.
Good
Good
deal.
for her.
And you were initially intended to be an opening act for Whitney.
Yeah.
And so the idea was that you were going to go out there and try stand-up comedy for maybe the first time.
Yep.
And did you get cold feet? And
I'm a chicken.
okay. So you got cold feet, and instead of you coming out first, they did a little ceremony with you after the show.
Yep, where Grace stuck her face in the cake.
All right. What was the cause for you to get cold feet?
I don't do crowds. I was like, oh, it won't be that bad. I peeked around the curtain, seen how many people were out there. I was like, not happening.
Okay. Is there did you have like jokes written? Did you have material prepared?
Nope.
Okay, that's probably
Me
the
and
biggest
Whitney have
problem.
talked about like a few things, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can hold my own up there.
I think that what you want to do is start out in a low stakes situation. Like, they call it open mic.
I've seen those.
You wanna go to an open mic where the audience is other comedians who are practicing, and so like they're very low stakes, and you just kind of get your practice, you get your your repetition in there, and so you know what you're doing. And then once you feel good about what you're doing, then you can put it in front of a larger audience.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I could do that. I don't know.
I mean, you got to start out with the first appropriate indicated action as a step towards your ultimate goal.
You got a different way of seeing things.
Yeah, you got to just put one foot in front of the other, and you got to figure out where your foot goes first.
So how long have you done this?
I started doing stand-up. The first time I tried it was 2006, so almost 20 years ago.
Yep.
Was your first show a bomb?
Not my first one. My third one was a bomb, and my fourth one, and my fifth one. And then by that point, I was sufficiently traumatized that I couldn't bring myself to set foot in a comedy club until I had been sober for a full 2 years. And then at that point, then it was just about actually being prepared so that I wouldn't bomb.
Yeah.
When you went on the Howard Stern show and then you got all those, like, how long were you doing stand-up for?
Right, when I went on the
then?
Howard Stern show and said, Howard, I'm in the comedy club every night.
Yeah.
I had been doing stand-up at that point for probably 3 months, like super duper regularly.
You were sober when you went on the Howard, and
I've
then
been sober for more than 2 years. Yeah. So you're not giving up on stand-up. You're just...
I don't know if I'm going to give up on it or if I'm even going to move forward a little bit with it. I haven't come to the conclusion of that yet.
I strongly encourage you to take baby steps. You know, get to a low level, low stakes open mic and just figure out. Because I think that with the little baby step like that, you might try out a little routine, a few jokes, and think, man, I believe in these jokes. And then you want to try them out with a little audience. And then if you do and you get that laugh, then that laugh is really addicting. You know, like that laugh, like when you have a little bit of success on stage performing and you get the response that you want.
You want more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Who's your favorite comedian?
Ooh. I mean, of course, Bill Burr.
I thought you were going to say Bill Cosby. I was like, okay, I can see it. I was waiting for that.
I was never a big fan of Bill Cosby.
Really?
I never cared about him. I would like, it was always Eddie Murphy for me, like back in the day. Jim Jeffries, I'm a huge fan of. And then like I've got a guy that I bring on tour who opens for me. I stole him from Andrew Santino, who's also a great comic. Zach Townsend, he's fantastic. Did you do the Bad Friends podcast?
Who's that with?
That's Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino.
Actually, we're kind of a topic on there the other day.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah.
Okay, fill me in.
So Bobby Lee thinks I said this, but it was actually my sweet little friend you met outside down there that said this, not me.
Okay.
So somebody photoshopped a picture of Kim Jong-un in a chair talking to me, and it wasn't real. And they showed it to Chelsea on a podcast. It was with Caitlin Bristow, wasn't it? And they showed Chelsea this picture. She's like, "Oh, Haley, when'd you have Bobby Lee on here?" And he assumes I said it. I didn't say it.
Which podcast was your friend Chelsea on?
She's on all of them.
All of them.
Oh, so she's a co-host.
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
Okay, good. So, she's your co-host on your podcast, and it was on your podcast that
She said this. Yep.
she mistook.
Yeah, Bobby
Now
was
I'm
talking
thinking
about it on the last episode about
See?
friends.
Do you see?
There's no way Bobby Lee was mad about that.
He assumed I said it, too. I didn't say it.
What was Bobby's take on
He
it?
wasn't too upset about it. He found it really funny.
He did.
I
find
mean,
it
how
funny.
could you not? It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's
I mean,
so
he
good.
messaged me and said it's war, so
Wow. Okay.
I don't know what he means by that.
He messaged you. How did he message you on
Instagram,
Instagram?
which I think we've had this conversation 2 different times now that we're going to war.
Oh,
But-
you and Bobby Lee have had that conversation. What was the other circumstance for war?
I couldn't tell you. I asked that. He didn't get back to me. So, Bobby, if you watching this, when are we starting more?
You didn't know who he was on the Whitney podcast.
No, I didn't, did I?
Oh, that's
so
right.
So you didn't know who Bobby Lee was.
That might be why he wanted to go to war to
So
begin with.
that was what do you call it? The first shot fired.
Yeah, and he took that
Yeah.
one to heart.
Yeah.
I mean, before all this happened, I was uncultured. I didn't know half of who anybody was. Like when I went to Bill Maher's house, did not have a clue who he was. I just
I think
winged it.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Did you know who I was before you came here?
Now, I have a question. Have you ever heard that song? It's like, yeah, bitch,
yeah,
call
yeah.
me Steve. Oh, is that about you?
That is about me.
I had that intrusive thought last night. I was like, I'm gonna ask him that.
Yep. That
Well,
was
it is
me.
about you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So you've never heard of Jackass? I can't say I'm surprised that Haley Welch never heard of Jackass, but I'd be very surprised if you've never heard of the greatest surfer of all time, Kelly Slater, and his company Outer Known, which is an apparel company that makes super rad clothes, all from organic and recycled materials and exclusively in fair trade factories around the world, meaning that they're good for the environment, they're good for people, they do no harm, they take advantage of nobody, and their clothes are badass. So also you can get 25% off, a full 25% off your order. And that's not just your first order, that's every order. If you go to outerknown.com/Stevo and use the promo code Stevo at checkout. Again, this company makes awesome clothing that's super high quality and that does no harm and treats people right. Plus, it comes from the greatest surfer of all time, Kelly Slater. So load up on this clothing, Outer Known, and do so by going to outerknown.com/Stevo and using the promo code Stevo at checkout. 25% off every order. And thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Outer Known. Now let's ride this baby all the way home.
Now, I have watched Jackass.
Okay, well, there you go. That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, can Chelsea kick you in the balls?
You know what? I think I've retired from being kicked in the balls.
You know, I'd say I'd probably have to retire that too.
Yeah. Now, with that said, like, there's precious little anything that I won't come out of retirement for the right reason.
Do you
But
have
your
kids?
friend Chelsea kicking me in the balls is not rising to that.
That's not it.
Do you have kids?
I do not. I had a vasectomy to make sure that I will never have kids.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was going to say, after getting kicked in the balls that many times, I'm probably sure you haven't.
Before I got my vasectomy, it was very important to me to go get a sperm count to determine if I could have kids, because I had been asked that question so many times.
What'd they say?
They said that I was actually very virile. That, what was it? The average sperm count is between 20 and 30 million per milliliter. And I was 51 million.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So,
Okay, so you were ready to go.
So that would indicate that my pullout game was very strong.
Look at you go.
Yeah.
We need to get him a trophy. We need to get him a
Pull-out
trophy.
That could be good. What's your relationship status?
Oh, I got me a man.
You got me a man?
Is
Okay,
it
good.
Pookie?
It is Pookie.
And
Pookie's
Pookie is
my
not
man.
known yet, right?
Not just yet.
Will he
You
ever be known?
give me a few weeks and you'll see.
Okay, now how do you know about Pookie?
Dude, I've been following her for a minute.
Thank
I know
you.
about Pookie.
Okay.
Why are you reluctant to let everybody know who he is? Or she?
She?
Oh, I don't know.
She said she's got her a man.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I got me a man today and she. Don't worry. But
Yeah. How long have you and Pookie been in a relationship?
dating wise, what is today? The 7th?
Today's the 7th.
Officially about a month and a few days.
Okay, and how long have you known each other?
3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years.
So it's been a little
What does
while.
Pookie think of all the fame?
I hate to say it, but he really just don't care.
Okay.
He don't mind it, I don't think.
I don't think that that's something you should hate to say. I think there's integrity in that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how old are you? You're like 20,
One.
21.
Yeah.
Wow. That's insane.
I'm a baby.
That's absolutely insane. Like, no school? Did you go to college?
I did for a semester and I dropped out.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's
Same.
that's about what I did.
Yeah. So you dropped out. How long did you go?
I actually made it through 1 year, but when I came back for the second year, I was not a sophomore. I was
Oh.
a second year freshman
My best friend's like that, actually.
because I was unable to accumulate enough credits to become a sophomore. So basically, I sucked at college.
So you said fuck this and left.
Yeah. At first, I got kicked out of the dorms. And then I was like, now that I'm not allowed to be, like, in the dorms,
Did you put ramen noodles in the microwave with no water?
ramen noodle, what happens when you do that?
It like catches on fire.
Oh, it does?
They gave us a nice long lecture in at my college about that.
Wow. No,
Try
I
that.
did worse shit than that. Yeah, I got down to some pretty proper vandalism and, climbing on the roofs of buildings. Wow, there's a picture of a kid who put the ramen noodles in with no water. He looks very guilty.
He does look guilty.
So we're not worried about college,
Not right now. I don't know
Right.
if I'd ever go back.
right? With doing stand up, I think is a very good idea for you.
I might get my toes wet or something. I don't know.
I encourage it. With the right, you were already a songwriter before the viral meme. Is that right? No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I can't sing worth a shit, so
I know, but there's a difference between singing and writing the songs.
I don't think I can even write a song.
Ooh, take that back.
I'll take it back, I guess.
I think, as I understand it, talking to your manager, you've since become a member of ASCAP, if that's the correct way to put it, and meaning that you are part of the deal that when you write songs, that the publishing is registered to you. So you are a songwriter, and you happen to
In
be
a
damn good at it.
really, really strange way.
Yeah.
Yes.
You are a songwriter. You're a very good songwriter, and furthermore, you're a very successful songwriter because your publishing is being implemented in songs far and wide.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and
Club
a lot
remixes.
a lot of people have been getting away without paying you. We're going to bring an end to that.
Hell yeah.
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 Because we need you to have incredible sums of money to help incredible numbers of animals.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Talk to me about your merch.
Which one?
Which one? I like
The
that.
Talk to a merch or then the other one I got?
Okay, we got
out
the,
of my company.
the Talk to a merch.
I think it's cute.
It's very. Are you 21? You have to click if you're 21 years or older to even see your merch page.
What?
There's
Really?
an age gate. There's an age gate.
Better's a gaming app. So
Oh, it's on
that makes
Better,
sense.
and Better's a gaming app.
Yeah, don't need a 6-year-old running around in a spit on it sweatshirt, do we?
I know, but that's not the issue. It's that your whole e-commerce ecosystem lives on a gambling platform, which you have to be 21 years or older to enter
Hell yeah.
podcast merch.
for the podcast merch. It's interesting that the way that Better operates, but talk to a merch. Do you know if the merch is made to order or if they're like establishing an inventory? Establishing an inventory. So you've got your business being bet on.
Are you a part of the creative design of the merch?
I wish. They asked me if I liked everything, though.
You have final
Oh.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means yes, you
Sounds like
are.
yeah.
Yeah. No merch is being made without your stamp of approval.
Yeah.
There you go. So you are a part of the. You are where the buck ends with you.
Yeah, there you go.
You're the boss.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's weird saying that.
Yep. Well, boss bitch.
Yeah, boss bitch.
Get
there
used
you
to
go.
it.
Yeah.
I need to make a hat that says that.
Yep. Boss bitch. Now, there's Talk Tuah merch. We're looking at it. It looks great. Your manager confirms it's moving. It's very reasonably priced. Looking at proper hoodies for $45.
They're very comfortable too. Let me just tell you.
I believe it. Now, what other kinds of merch?
If you go to the link in my bio on Instagram, you'll find like the 16 Minutes, which is my company, and you can go through there and find it.
16 minutes. That's a reference to people saying everybody's famous for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And you said, I'm going to make it 16.
Yeah, I'm kind
That's
of a
kinda
smart
sick.
ass.
That's super sick.
I actually love that.
Yeah. 16
Oh, there's some
minutes.
new ones in there. I forgot about those going in there. Huh.
Yeah. Oh, no way. Hawk Tuah with the Thrasher. I need that shirt. Oh, my God. The Thrasher logo.
Johnny, be sure you send him one.
I think I've decided that I'm not mad at Thrasher anymore.
Oh, since seeing that.
Yeah. Hawk Tuah. Right now, watch out. Thrasher might come after you for that.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I don't know. But I really like... dude, the Hawk Tuah merch is distinctly separate from the Talk Tuah merch.
Yeah.
And it's epic.
Thank you.
And that lives... looks like it's on Shopify. Same warehouse with all the inventory? Different warehouse. Different warehouse. Okay.
Get you a camo hat.
Does Hawk Tuah merch outsells Talk Tuah merch? Yeah. I mean, it looks good.
Well, thank you.
Okay, so that's two different shops, two different warehouse fulfillment centers. And then there's more merch.
Jewelry.
Jewelry. Is the jewelry already available for sale?
Yes. You can get TikTok shop, right?
Yep.
Yeah, TikTok shop.
TikTok shop.
And it don't turn green when you get in the water. That's
Okay,
my favorite part.
I love it. The necklace that you're wearing, that's your own jewelry.
It's with Super Ordinary. It's like a collab, kind of.
Okay. Does it have anything on the necklace itself that's branded?
Does it?
It's all part of the Haley Welch collection.
The
Yeah.
Haley Welch collection.
There you go.
And what are the materials used for it? The metals.
I'm sorry.
The materials used for the
Everything
jewelry.
is made in America.
Everything's made in America. Is it gold plated?
I don't know. There's so many different pieces in there.
So many
I got
different
gold
pieces.
and silver, I think.
Gold and silver.
I'm a gold girl, though.
Yeah.
I don't like silver on me.
I think that's the way to go.
Oh, look, you found it. Man, you're good at finding stuff.
Yeah, our boy Isaac is the man. Okay, so now did the manager Johnny negotiate the jewelry deal?
The manager Johnny did.
The manager Johnny did. And for this, what was there a healthy advance in order to say, if you want my client Haley Welch to get in your business with a collab, then you got to throw something up front to show that you mean business.
As long as she can make money for paws across America, everyone will be happy.
As long as money is made for paws across America, everyone will be happy.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I think that when you negotiate a deal like that, it's like, how much do you want to demand up front versus how much profit participation do you want on the back end?
Yeah.
And that balance going to be, it sounds like you guys are betting on yourselves and taking it on the back end.
Sometimes when you're extremely viral, you have a lot of leverage to get both.
Sometimes when you're extremely viral, you have a lot of leverage to get both. And Johnny, your manager, also told me that Hawk Tuah is officially the biggest meme in the history of the internet.
You know, I wouldn't doubt it. I see a new meme every other day of it.
I think that's probably owing to the way that the internet has evolved so that now like the internet is ready to amplify memes more than it ever has been before.
I mean, I like seeing a good meme personally.
Yeah.
Unless it's of me. I get tired of hearing my own voice. I'm like,
I'm sure you've been asked 1,000 times, but what was the circumstances of the actual
Vodka.
vodka? And was it on Broadway in Nashville?
Yeah. Do you know where, what do they call it? Old Red is?
Old Red.
Yeah, Blake Shelton's bar.
I'm not too terribly familiar. I've been down there to Broadway.
It's like right beside his bar.
Okay, so
claims.
was it was like a weekend? Everything's popping off. It's going.
It was a Sunday, actually. It was like for CMA Fest.
Okay.
So we go to those every other year. Or I do. I normally have to work, but I got a new job this last year, so I don't work on the weekends this time.
And the person who interviewed you on the sidewalk in that incredibly viral moment, what were they interviewing you for?
They said they do YouTube. So
They do.
that's all I understood, and here we are.
Yeah. I mean,
Unbelievable.
unbelievable.
Yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. After that viral moment, it took you a little bit of time to create social media, right?
Yeah, I didn't start plotting on any of this for like 2 or 3 weeks. I was mortified to come out of my house. I'd go to work, and then I'd go back home.
What does
Me
your
and
family
Chelsea
think
both.
about all of it? Like, it's got to be somewhat blaring for them, too.
I wasn't really concerned about anybody else figuring it out besides like my dad and Granny. Granny thought it was funny after I explained it to her and she understood. She was like, "Oh, okay." But now my dad, he was like, "I don't get it," and I was like, "Okay." Well, I told him again. He's like, "Oh," he's like, "That don't surprise me." Like, you can't ever tell what's gonna come out of my mouth, so they
Right.
weren't really shocked or anything. I don't guess.
You had to have been aware that Howard Stern, I believe. Do you know who that is?
I've heard the name. Couldn't tell you who he is.
Okay, he's been known as the king of all media. He's a famous radio guy.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing that he reacted he said, "Oh, this Hawk Tuah situation," he took the position that he felt so terribly sorry for your father. So imagine having your daughter be this, and I don't agree with that position. I think
I don't
it's
agree
great.
either.
Yeah. Especially because when you said that, you knew that you were on camera. You knew that you were like, oh, you know what? Yeah, Hawk Tuah, spit on that thing. But that there's no evidence that you weren't just saying that for
Yeah.
entertainment.
I never expected to see the video ever again, so.
Right.
Which I was like, okay, they're doing these fun little street interviews. They're not ever going to post them anywhere. So me and Chelsea, of course, talked to them. Then we saw it a few days later, and we're like, oh, shit.
Right. Okay. And here we are.
And here we are.
Are there any business initiatives that we haven't covered? We got the merch, we got the podcast, we've got the music. We've got, of course, the charity, so that's a revenue stream.
We've been over that.
What's that?
That
She has a thing called the Pookie app coming out.
Oh, yeah.
The Pookie app?
the Pookie app.
So you could never see it this way. But as a woman, men lie to you about their height, right?
They lie to you about their height.
If a 5'7" man, he's getting ready to go on this date or trying to go on this date with this girl he's never met. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm 6'1", 6'2" at least, just to get her to go. And then they meet each other, and he's the size of an Oompa Loompa. Wouldn't you like to know that before the date? You
I
got a
think so.
picture of him.
Okay.
You can go to his Instagram, take a picture of him, like a full-body picture, and you send it in this app. It'll tell you really how tall he is.
Whoa.
Wow. Does that mean the picture presumably would have to have him fully head to toe?
Yeah. And then there is a, how do you say it? Astrological.
Yeah, it's like
Astrology, there you go. It'll tell you if your signs are compatible.
Oh, wow. You believe in astrology?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love seeing something every day about my sign. It just tickles me.
Cool.
But, what else?
It makes sense because you can point your phone at something and it'll tell you like the distance, the measurement.
Yeah.
So
It's cool.
like
Dimensions.
an app doing that.
It's not a dating app, more
Right.
as a tool for dating.
It's a tool to not get
Haley has
catfished.
been single most of her life, and now she's got her pookie, and now she's going to help other people find their pookies.
What she's gonna help vet potential pookies by making sure that there's not any
Catfishing.
bullshit going on.
Yeah.
I think catfishing is when you misrepresent your entire identity. In this case, people are simply misrepresenting their height.
Yep.
Well, like dating apps will probably have people put a full body picture in so they can be with this app to make
It also
sure.
helps you like figure out if they're flirting with you and how to flirt with them back. Like if you take a screenshot of a message and you send it in this app, it'll be like, yeah, they're flirting with you, and it'll give you something back to say.
Wow. Okay,
It's
so
like
that's
pretty cool.
that sounds like the app simply has to be
AI.
linked up to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
AI.
Hundreds of functions for dating she's going to introduce.
Hundreds of functions for dating. So you're basically stepping into the game to regulate dating apps.
I mean, yeah, a little bit.
You're the dating app police.
Kinda.
You're not letting any women out there get bullshitted.
Yeah.
And then you're going to protect the men too.
There was nothing worse. I remember this, which, no offense to you, Pookie, love you. Being on Tinder. You're like, oh, this dude's cute, whatever. Gives you a Snapchat. You add him on Snapchat. That motherfucker catfished you. He don't look like his pictures. He looks like shit. So then you gotta block him.
Yeah, that's happened to me a few times.
What?
Yeah,
you got
that's what I'm
blocked?
saying.
No, where I've gotten
Yeah, what's happened to you?
where I've gotten catfish, and I show up in person, and it's just that she looks completely different than what she does on her profile. But at that point, I'm like, oh,
And you got up and left?
No, I'm too deep into this. I just keep going. That's
Vinny,
happened on tour a couple times.
with you, Haley.
Yes.
You were definitely under the influence of vodka
Yeah.
in the moment. Mm-hmm. How much are we drinking?
That's a good question to ask Chelsea.
Okay.
That's a good question for Chelsea.
I mean, you're 21, so like
Yeah.
you're at an age where you're like, I'm not gonna say supposed to be drinking, but
It's legal this time.
well, right, and
Yeah.
you know, it's not you're not at an age where it's like, all right, like yeah, kind of when you get into your 30s and you're super loaded all the time, it's like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah.
But there's no concerns with Johnny the manager. There's like alcohol, substances, no concerns.
She lives with Granny.
She lives with Granny.
Granny would whoop my ass.
Granny would whip your ass. Does Granny drink any vodka?
No, I had a bottle of wine given to me as a gift, and I just stuck it in the fridge, and it sat there for a few weeks because, I wasn't in the mood for it. She said, whose liquor's that? I was like, liquor? I said, that's wine. I was like, I mean, I haven't drunk it or anything. She's like, oh, okay. Then my dad asked the same thing. He's like, whose liquor's that? I was like, it's not liquor.
So Granny and Dad don't drink at all.
Well, see, my daddy used to a long time ago, but, get mean off of it and everything else. So he don't drink anymore. He hadn't drunk in probably 20, 30 years.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so crazy. For me, it's been 16 years.
16? That's good.
Yeah, not a drop of booze for 16 years.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm super grateful for that. All right, now I think we've covered all of the business initiatives with the Pookie app. Is that in development?
It's almost done.
It will be launched very soon because there's going to be a hard launch of Pookie, I believe, pretty soon too. So
A hard launch of Pookie, so we're gonna go public with what is it, Instagram official.
let's have a podcast.
All right,
Yeah, they're not getting his Instagram or nothing.
Pookie has no Instagram.
He does.
Okay,
He does.
have you ever tagged him on your Instagram?
Absolutely not. That opens the door for many bitches.
Okay,
I don't like that.
all right. Yeah, keep the door for bitches closed.
I agree. That's what I'm saying.
Slam the door on the bitches.
Yeah, yeah.
Lock
Get their toe
the
in
door.
it.
Yeah. How many Instagram followers are you up to?
2.6.
2.6
Pull it
million followers.
She's been up for around 2.5 months now.
And in 2.5 months since you started the account,
Oh,
2.7.
2.7. It went up one.
Bless your heart. Haley Welch.
It does not sit right with me how many I have. Like, that's not real. That's how I see that in my brain. I'm like, that shit's not real. There's no way.
I mean, you know what? Like, there's nothing similar about your situation compared to the Island Boys.
Who's the Island Boys?
The Island Boys are these two brothers that had this very viral video of them in a swimming pool saying Island Boys. You know, like, and it was kind of like just like entertaining, not because it was really good. It was just entertaining because it was bad.
I got one last question for you.
Okay.
How did it come to be that Post Malone gave you a tattoo of a dick on your forehead?
We reached out to him when we were filming our last Jackass movie about him doing that for the Jackass movie, and right at the last hour, we called it off, and it fell through, and then years later, this year, I reached out again. I was like, hey, let's make that happen. And he was super down.
He's a sweet guy, isn't he?
Yeah, it was the second tattoo of a penis even that Post Malone gave me. He gave me this ghost with the boner.
It's a goner.
Yeah, a goner. Yeah, a booner. Yeah, the ghost Malone. And we gave each other that one.
Oh, he's got one too?
I gave him a Ghost Malone as well. Yeah, what a great guy.
I think he's a sweetheart.
I believe that it's arguably a toss-up between Post Malone and Jelly Roll, who's the genuinely most sweet and wonderful superstar.
Now, I've met Jelly Roll, and he was a sweetheart. I'm dying to meet Bunny. And then, I think Post Malone's messaged me. He invited me out to a concert, which I couldn't make. So I messaged him, and I was like, hey, I'm sorry I couldn't make it. I just got home, whatever. And then he messaged me back. He's like, you know what? You keep doing what you're doing, girl. And I was like, yeah, he's a sweet guy. He's got to be.
How about that?
That's what I'm saying.
And this is all going on in your DMs. So if somebody DMs you, you see it.
Sometimes.
That's because, like, when it lands in your message request, like the people with the most followers are going to be at the top. So you'll maybe look through all of them because there's so many.
Yeah.
But you'll see whoever lands at the top. If Post Malone messages you, that's number one position, and you're going to see it.
Hell yeah, he's a sweet guy.
For sure. And you also got messaged by Sugar Sean O'Malley, the fighter.
Yeah, he's a character too. That's probably somebody I would love to have a good yap conversation with.
He's somebody I'm a big fan of. I love Sugar Sean O'Malley.
He's funny.
And he had just had, if I understand, I saw his explanation of it.
Yeah.
He said that you were absolutely truthful.
Yeah.
That he called you within he Instagram
He had
called
surgery.
you. Yeah, he had surgery and he was under the influence of OxyContin.
Yep.
And recovering. And he might have called you like 5 times.
He did.
Did you ever end up speaking with him? Did you message with him?
Yeah, a little bit. It's just like friendly things though. I was like, what are you doing,
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I love Sugar Sean. I'm always rooting for him.
I feel like he's a real nice dude.
So we've got DMs from Post Malone, Sugar Sean O'Malley. Who else have we seen in the DM?
I've had Sexy Red in there. I love that woman.
Sexy Red.
She's like, I need to get you out to a show. I was like, well, tell me when. Love her.
Sexy Red.
Yes.
I know the tour promoter rep that works her shows, and they had Travis Scott join her tour for like just a couple shows.
I bet that was bomb.
And didn't they end up like with some problem? Like the production for the show like got too big and they had to actually cancel dates.
Oh shit.
Was that Sexy Red?
No, that was Rod Wave.
Rod Wave.
That's another one I'd die to see.
Rod Wave?
Yes.
Well, I think
Big fan of
we
him.
can We can arrange that for you. I think we could certainly arrange rod wave for you. We have it in.
Are you pulling my leg? Okay, well, I'm going to get up and do a cartwheel after this.
All right. How's Moon Pie treating you?
Pretty warm. Like, I brought my blanket just to be prepared, but I don't need it.
Yeah.
That's 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Guess that she's fell asleep on.
Yeah. Dude, that's just the thing. How many animals do you have?
Let's see. I just got a puppy a few weeks ago. He's a, what do you call him? Great Dane.
Okay.
He's going to be a monster. His shit is very concerningly big, just as a puppy.
Hers is surprisingly big.
And then I have a miniature blue heeler I got a few years ago. She come from like a blue heeler.
Healer.
Yeah, she's a mini. But she
Okay.
come from a really bad home life, like before me.
Okay, so
And
far
then-
we've got 2 dogs.
Yeah.
Are there any farm animals at Granny's place?
I have a horse.
You have a horse.
I normally have cats too, but I just don't have luck with cats. So I always run away. And I never know
Oh.
what happens to them.
Darn it. I had a cat run away.
No, you wait till it's springtime. I'm going to get me some runner ducks. You ever seen them dudes?
Some runner ducks.
Yes.
I don't know about that.
Why
Find us a
springtime?
picture. They're so cute. I just want to squeeze them.
Yeah, why springtime?
You know, that's when it starts getting warmer out. I don't want them to freeze to death or nothing.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So what's your horse's name?
Remy Jane.
Remy Jane.
Yep, she's named after my granny Janie.
I love it. Is she penned in or free to roam?
She's pinned in.
Yeah, that's
She's-
probably the way to do it.
She's got a good bit to like roam around. She's got 2 different pastures she goes in.
Okay. So 2 dogs, a horse. You're gonna get ducks.
Yep.
Any other animals?
I don't know. I want something kind of cool that nobody else has.
Okay.
I'm still kind of like thinking on it.
I don't know that you're gonna get anything that nobody else has if it's something that it's a good idea to have. Like I'm.
Those are cute. I have looked at those.
Kangaroo.
I don't.
Didn't some guy want to give you a kangaroo?
I don't remember
wish.
anybody wanting to give me a kangaroo.
Am I
But,
missing something? No.
I understand that donkeys are super effective at warding off coyotes, which could pose a threat to your dogs or small farm animals.
I'd love to have me a little donkey. A little spotted one, though.
Yeah, we're gonna need a donkey. We're definitely gonna get some cows. Scott Randolph here, he looked into how do you rescue cows from slaughterhouses.
Yeah, there's a guy in Kentucky that
Yeah,
deals them.
The guy said that you just buy it from the slaughterhouse. What do you pay a $1 per pound?
Yeah, $1 or $2 a pound. You can get a calf, you can get a bull, you can
Now
get a
is
big
that
one.
$1 or $2 per pound of how much meat would
No, of how
that-
much they'll
whole
weigh it.
cow weighs?
Uh-huh.
So
So he's either going to sell it to the slaughterhouse or he's going to sell it to somebody else.
yeah. Now the alternative to
He's in
that,
Kentucky.
It would be a juicier, more popular video if it involved
Cut the fence of an agriculture farm.
Break in, Mission Impossible, like super stealth. We broke in, we just rescued them, we set them free.
Yeah.
But that would be to document a crime and then publish the video. It wouldn't be like you'd kind of
Yeah.
get busted for that.
Be ratting on yourself.
Be ratting on yourself. So we would go the route of paying the person, of actually supporting the industry. But who cares?
Yeah, you're rescuing a cow from slaughter.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not going to eat him or nothing, are you?
No.
Okay.
And you want
Wow.
you want baby calves, right? Like you want 2 cuz they don't like to be alone.
Yeah, I don't ever want one of any animal.
See, they get lonely, do they not?
Yeah,
Thank you.
100%. Like, I can't imagine that there's any animal that thrives alone.
By itself.
Maybe clams. Oysters. Do you know about animals?
Specify what kind of animals.
Okay, because when we get a cow, does a cow have to be pregnant in order to get milk from it?
I mean, it really depends if you get a milk cow or like a beef cow or.
Look at
Yeah, I
this.
guess a dairy
Isaac's
cow
already
always has
finding out.
milk.
Because I don't want.
But now, if you get a milk cow, I don't think it matters. But now,
cows, yes, cows need to be pregnant and give birth to produce milk.
well, what about a milk cow? That'll make no sense.
But maybe
Well,
a milk cow
milk
is a
cow-
pregnant cow.
A milk cow did get pregnant and give birth. Yeah, the cows only produce milk as a result of being
So that's
pregnant.
the problem with like dairy cows is that they have to be constantly
Dude.
pregnant to get milk, and that's
Dairy
one of the
cows
issues.
is the worst.
cows.
The worst cruelty to animals, man, because like they're stuck in this little station that's like the length of their body. They're forced to be pregnant over and over and over. Like they never get exercise. They just they're just cooped up. Like the average lifespan of a dairy cow is shockingly less than a cow should live because their life is so bad. And I would even go so far as to say that death isn't even like that bad. If you slaughter an animal like in a humane way, like everybody's gonna die, and let it be as painless as possible. Like death isn't the problem the way I see it. The problem is bad life, and a dairy cow's life is terrible.
I feel bad for zoo animals.
I'm not a big fan of zoos either.
It just makes you sad. Like you go off in there and you see them, they're cooped up in little bitty places
Right.
by themselves. They walk around the same place every day. People staring at them. I feel bad for them.
And I think that if we do make a video where we rescue a cow from a slaughterhouse, that we'll be able to demonstrate like that a cow is like a very highly intelligent, loving, like creature with feelings, and that we can cultivate and spread compassion for animals.
I tell you what, you tell me when you do that, and I'll go and buy one too.
All right.
You got somewhere to put them?
I think if we're gonna have to buy two.
Maybe 4. Because then what if the two
Yeah.
get tired of each other and they need another friend to hang out with?
That's a very valid point.
See?
I mean, I think I wonder how well cows and horses intermingle. Maybe you throw one in with Remy Jane.
I don't think she'd mind it.
Yeah, Remy Jane's chilling.
Heck yeah, she's chilling.
Yeah, I had some fencing people out to my property today, and we're putting up fencing for new animal pens.
Hell yeah, you need to get a rescue horse too.
You know what? I understand that horses are very expensive and a lot of work to care for.
Yeah, they can be.
Are you like do you have a specific caretaker for Remy Jane?
I mean, my brother takes care of her when I'm gone.
Your brother?
Hmm?
This is the first we've heard about a brother.
Yeah, I have 2 brothers actually.
2 brothers.
Ooh.
Have they done anything to participate in your spotlight?
No. One, he's real antsy. The middle one, he's kind of antsy. And then the oldest one, he works like every day of the week. So we barely ever see him. But he's still there,
Okay. And how do they feel about everything that's going on?
They thought it was funny.
They thought it was everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd
They're
have
not
to be
surprised.
you'd have to be an idiot to not see that it's funny, and you'd have to be an idiot to not see that it's a legitimate, viable opportunity. Like you're the breakout star of 2024.
Well, thank you.
Like you're, like it's like a Cinderella story.
You got a good point.
Yeah, except you're not turning it back into a pumpkin till 12:01.
Yeah. I mean, I look like shit every day, so I guess it doesn't matter. This is
Nah, I
just
don't
what I'm
think so.
comfortable wearing.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Are you aware of Moon Pie snores?
I am very aware that Moon Pie snores, and she does it intermittently at very, very.
Perfect timing.
The timing of her aggressive snoring is it's more often than not.
Yeah.
Like meaningful.
She's got it made.
All right. Well, I want to congratulate you on
Well, thank you.
being, and I wouldn't call you the breakout star of 2024 if you hadn't really gotten organized to cap it. I think that you've taken advantage of the moment, the Hawk Tuah moment, and I think that you're doing everything right. I think that it's just exciting. I'm rooting for you.
Well, thank you.
Do you know who Tony Hawk is?
Yeah.
Tony Hawk is the most famous skateboarder ever to live. Mm-hmm. And he named a trick after you.
What?
Because his last name is Hawk.
Yeah.
So he named a trick called the Hawk Tuah.
Now
It's 100% true.
he's gonna have to pay her now.
He named, the manager's pissed.
We'll let him slide.
Tony Hawk has a trick called the Hawk Tuah.
Do you have Tony Hawk's phone number?
I do.
FaceTime Tony Hawk with Haley right now.
We'll see if he picks up.
See if he picks up.
I don't know that I've ever FaceTimed Tony
This is
Hawk.
how he'd pick up.
Um,
He's been getting. He's so sick of Haley because everyone keeps tagging him on every Hawk Tuah post.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's like, this girl is just all over my feed every 2 seconds.
Wow. I put certain people in my phone as not their name, and I had it took me a sec. Want to protect the Birdman.
The Birdman.
Yeah, I don't we've got him ringing, but
Is it connected to the car?
oh, there he is! No way,
What's up?
dude. I understand.
Leaving the skate park, look.
Yeah, with Kevin Staub.
Yeah.
Dude, stop. You know I had your model in 1989.
No way.
Yeah, 1988. I learned how to do flat ground wall rides on my Kevin Staub, and that tail was way not rad for flat ground wall rides.
I thank you.
Yeah, dude, I love it, and I love you. Hey, Tony, we are here with the woman who's been populating your feed.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
How are you?
We've connected. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Can you send your army off of my feed now?
Yes, I will.
Sorry,
I'll send them away from yours too if we can. We'll just agree. We'll just make a truce, okay?
Good deal.
yeah, okay, we're gonna tell everybody stop tagging Tony on all your Hawk
Yes.
Tuah shit.
Leave Tony alone.
And I was telling Haley here that you named a trick. That there is an official trick, the Hawk Tuah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is cool.
And the manager's coming after you for money for it.
You know what? If I could make money on tricks, that'd be a whole new business model.
Dude, I love it. Dude, you're a mensch for picking up. Dude, thank you so much. Love to you. Love to Staub. Love to the whole family. Right on, Tony.
Bye.
Haley,
Bye.
everything. Congrats.
Thank you.
That was epic.
Yeah, super rad. Kevin Staub too, man. I'm a
Holy
big
shit.
fan. Dude, he broke his femur too, and they just get left at the skate park. 2 guys snapped their femurs. That's like the most gnarly injury, and yeah, they're both skate.
So epic.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, what it means to be old. When they said, "Oh, 30's the new 20's," like, dude, boundaries are getting pushed.
Yeah.
Yep. But still, with Haley here, I'm a creepy old man.
No, you're not.
We got away with doing this without being too creepy, right?
For sure.
Now,
sure.
maybe if you didn't have the dick tattoo on your forehead, maybe I'd think so. But that, I know you're a homie when I see that.
Okay, good. Good. I'm proud to say that having a dick tattooed on my forehead has really not changed my
I was
life
like, yeah,
much
he's
at
cool.
all. Cool. All right. Well, I think we've talked about your business. We've talked about your relationships. We've talked about your family. We've talked about your love of animals. I think everybody just needs to get on board.
Good deal.
Get on
Thank
board.
you.
Listen to the Talk to a podcast.
Rescue an
Buy
animal.
the Talk to a merch. Buy the Hawk to a merch. Rescue an animal. Wear the jewelry.
And love your grannies.
Yeah, and love your grannies.
There you go.
All right, this has been absolutely wonderful. I knew it would be. I'm rooting for you and
Well,
everything.
thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm in Tennessee too. If you ever hurting for a podcast guest.
Okay. Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean I'm not. I don't know if I'm of the caliber of guests that you're getting,
Oh yeah.
but maybe at some point I can pull you out of a jam because that's what
Sounds
happens
good.
with podcasts. You
Yeah.
got to get guests. All right, thank you, Haley.
Thank you.
So there you go. I will leave it to you to tell me what you think if Haley Welch a year from now is going to be crushing it. I I don't know the answer to that myself, but I do know that I am impressed by how well she's doing thus far. And I really liked her manager. That guy, Johnny, was cool as hell. And I also really like the new podcast, RV. Those of you watching on YouTube, you'll notice that here on the tour bus, there's a brand new sign. I'm actually going to switch it out. So this wooden sign will be in the new RV, and the tour bus sign will be restored to the tour bus. I mean, it's just exciting. 3 different mobile studios, 3 different signs, and 2 huge nights of fighting this weekend. Wow, man. What a killer time it is to be alive. I love you. Thank you for sticking around. Yeah, dude.